Social Security cost of living adjustment, the increase for 2025 was just announced. How much is it? How little is it? I've got that and more coming up. My name's Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. All right. About this time, every single year, Social Security comes out with their cost of living adjustment, the COLA, of what recipients, those of you receiving Social Security benefits, will expect to see in an increase to your benefits for next year. Now, they don't pull this number out of thin air. It's based on the CPIW, the CPI for urban areas, and they compare it for the third quarter of this current year compared to the third quarter of last year. So July, August, September of 24 compared to July, August, September of 23, and that will create. That's what they use to calculate the increase to Social Security for 2025. There's been lots of speculation about, well, is that what will that calculation yield? Is the increase going to be a little bit above 3%? It was 3.2% for this past year. Is it going to be a little bit less than that? Maybe just under 3%. Guys, it came out sort of as expected. 2.5% is the increase, the cost of living adjustment increase to Social Security for 2025. Take a look at this graph here. It is showing how that rate stacks up, how that increase stacks up, going all the way back to the last time we saw high inflation, the early 80s. And yeah, this increase is small. 2.5%. That's not going to go very far. It's a little bit lower than the 3.2% that we saw last year, and well below the 8.7% and the 5.9% that we saw the previous years. There have been years, sometimes I get some comments as I share these updates with folks, there have been years where this calculation has yielded no increase, but they still do the calculation every year. It's not like they just call it off. They're going to do the calculation each year, and yet sometimes prices haven't gone up and therefore no cost of living adjustment. 2.5%. Close to average, a little bit below average, looking back over the past 40 years or so. The average Social Security benefit right now that's being paid out, and obviously there's a lot of variation to this, but the average is around $1,920. So 2.5% on that, under $50, about $48 per person per month. If you're thinking, well, what's this going to look and feel like? As of the time I'm recording this video, we still don't know what Medicare Part B increase will be. So how much of this cost of living adjustment do you actually just give right back to the government in Medicare premiums? Hopefully not a lot. But that's why, again, you need to be planning, because if you are going to be subject to IRMA, a surcharge on your Medicare, then yeah, this is a small enough amount that you could be giving all of this back in Medicare premiums. So 2.5%, not as high of a number as I know any of you wanted, pretty low in my opinion. The other challenge with this, though, is Social Security also announced the Social Security wage base, the wage limit. They announced that increase at the same time. And oftentimes, if you're going to calculate, Social Security is going to calculate that, yeah, the cost of living increase should be this, then the wage base, the wages that you pay your Social Security taxes on, should increase by about the same percentage. Not in this case, guys. Not in this case. The Social Security wage limit or wage base increases 4.4% for 2025, meaning you're going to pay tax, you're going to pay Social Security tax on all of your wages, paycheck money, not pensions, not dividends, all that sort of stuff, but paycheck money up to $176,100 per person. You know that on your paycheck money, you pay federal, state taxes, maybe local taxes, but you also pay that four-letter F word. You pay FICA taxes. That FICA tax is 7.65%, and you pay that, and then your employer matches it too. You don't see that, but they pay that as well. Of that 7.65%, 6.2 is what goes into the Social Security system. 1.45 goes to pay Medicare, and you're going to pay that 6.2% on all of your wages up to whatever that Social Security wage base is or wage limit is. And it was $168,000 that you were paying your Social Security tax on. Up to that limit, it's now jumping to $176,100. That, guys, that's a big increase. I don't know how they can justify an increase of 4.4% on what you pay Social Security tax on when they're only giving a cost of living adjustment of 2.5. You can argue, those are different calculations, but it's still rooted in the same fundamental, our wages and our prices going up. So that's not only is the 2.5% cost of living adjustment a little bit frustrating because of how low it is, but the amount of tax or wages that you pay Social Security tax on going up by even almost double that. It doesn't make any sense. So you need to be planning ahead though, right? You need to be planning with your CFP, whether you're retired yet or not. You need to be planning on how will your Social Security, how are you going to optimize Social Security for your financial situation? Keep in mind also with this news, if you're 62 or older, if you're turning 62 in 2025, but you're not yet drawing Social Security, the same cost of living adjustment is going to happen on your expected benefits as well. So you'll see that increase there as well. But planning for Social Security, working with your certified financial planner, making sure you optimize for it, planning, of course, for your taxes and your cash flow and all of that. This cost of living adjustment impacts all of that. So work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.